Oh, I'm gonna update you when I'm done. Okay. Work your tablet right, Shanova. All right. Happy Thursday. Good morning, guys. I still have a headache. My migraine is not given. I feel like I need to tell you guys about my migraine. I don't know if I ever explained my migraines right to you guys. I kind of always had migraines. They thought it was like my vision when I was little, but I have really good vision, like really good vision, like 2010 vision. So, it wasn't my vision. I have like the worst sinuses known to man, like the worst. So, I have like this weird allergy thing that affects my sinuses. So, you know how like some folks when they get injured, they build like an arthritis or something in like their joint, and they can no matter what age they are, they can tell you when a storm's coming because they can feel like the barometric pressure going like in their joint. They're like, there's a storm a coming, there's a storm, or tornadoes brewing, a hurricane's coming. Yeah, I can do that, but I do that with my face and my head. For some odd reason, I could tell that there's a storm coming because I could feel it in my cheeks, my nose, and my sinuses, and I feel it in my head. It feels like my head is in a vice grip, which this now like triggers a migraine. So there's certain times of the year you'll notice that I get more sinus headaches or migraines more than others. My migraines are not they're not triggered by my hormones. A lot of people are like, is it that time of the month? Is it that? No. I've never actually had one triggered by hormones. They're always, if not, you could bet money on it, something triggered by like an allergy or sinuses or something. They're triggered by that. They're not triggered by chocolate. They're not triggered by foods. They are usually 9 times out of 10 triggered by a storm. And this is why sometimes I even get them when in the winter. So like when there's thunder snow, even though I'm super enamored by this, and when this weird event happens, like snowmageddon, I could tell you when it's happening. And it's the worst one because it's cold. It feels like you have an ice pick in your head. Um, that's how I know something's coming. There is a storm coming in Maryland, and if you're in the Delmarva area, you can attest. If you're in Delmarva, if you're not familiar, if you're not from the Mid Atlantic, that is the Delaware, Virginia, Maryland area, and that also encapsulates DC. The weather has looked like Michael Myers is going to come and murder us all. I don't think I could say that on YouTube. My bad. Take us in to a camp and leave us there indefinitely. um, my head is like killing me. It hurts to smile right now, and I guess I smile more than I think I do. It feels like somebody's trying to pull all my teeth out of my head. I keep sleeping with ice packs on the back of my neck. It is not a pleasant feeling. So yesterday I was pretty much sleeping with the ice pack on my face and an ice pack on the back of my neck, and these are how my migraines feel. I did ironically enough, I did see the neurologist before it happened. I had just a regular appointment, but I was telling him where I could feel it. I have a new symptom that I told you guys about that started this year or towards the end of last year. It's like an aurora feeling where it feels like I have a bruise. And he was waiting for this to happen. Someone that has migraines as long as I have, he's surprised that I've never had this feeling before. And it decided to come this year. Yay! For migraines. So all my migraine sufferers and that have this, I feel sorry. I know what you're going through. I no, I don't. I just started it. It feels like a bruise. And it feels like I have a bruise on the side of the face. I keep looking in the mirror to see what I did. Did I fall against something? Because it's me. If you've been around me in person for a long enough time, you've seen me trip over my own shadow. You see me walk into a wall. You see me bump into someone, accidentally open the car door on my face, open the door a wrong way. I am clumsy. I am accident prone. That's part of my charm. That's part of the charisma. That's me. Um, I keep looking for to see if I have a bruise. I feel I already have the aurora station on the side of my face and on my arm and on the other arm. But yeah, that's how I have it. It's not a hormonal thing. It is not. Um, it's weather, mostly weather related, and it's my sinuses. And yeah, there's a storm coming in the Delmarva area, and it's just rain and thunder, so that way it can pass through. But it's deciding to look like Michael Myers Halloween weather for the past 2 days and not produce the rain and thunder. So if it can just happen today and go through, it will make my life happy. Because the pressure in my face and my skull, oh, it's not it's intense. I'm on my emergency medicine. That's why I was able to do this now. But most likely when I get off of here, I'm going to be shutting everything down. I only have 2 lights on. Normally I have like 6 when I'm filming Captain's Log. I don't even have my microphone on because sometimes there's a slight echo. So if I sound a little faint, I apologize. I can't just have the microphone on right now. And I don't have all the lights on. So you are in a halo light, which I was gonna wear sunglasses, but then you were gonna see it. Um, and you're in a regular room light where most of the lights are towards the back and not directly down. But yeah, super fun. So let me see. Good morning, happy. Thank you. I'm glad. Thank you for the curls. The curls are doing. They're part of the humidity. I have no idea what they're gonna look like day to day. The humidity's dog days of summer. Gotta love it. I'm glad that you were able to see it live too. Yes, thank you. If you could hit the like button and share if you think if it's worthy, it helps the channel because what happens is it hits on your algorithm, and if someone has a similar algorithm as you, they'll try to like, hey, you have a similar YouTube theme. You might like this sewing channel, or you may like that is doing DIY. You might like this sewing channel, and then that's how your channel grows. Yeah, migraines are so weird. They're the more they do more and more studies on it, it is what it is. Like I had the RN. It was like, let's do Botox. I'm like, let's not. I'm like, first of all, where they want to place it, like in the back of your skull. I no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I have this thing with botulism. Like I think it's good for people to have it. Actually, I know I have a couple of relatives that have migraine issues too. My mom had it, but hers were not based off of the pressure of the weather. But I have friends, and I have some really close friends that have it off the weather, and they were like, "It doesn't work for the weather. Don't do it. Don't do it." The smoke from Canada triggers your allergies last week. Alright, see, and it happens like that. When I lived in California, my migraines were actually worse. Alright, so there's fire season. Just like in up the East Coast, there's hurricane season. It starts in June and ends in November. There's fire season in California. For all my West Coast people that watch this later, they will confirm in the comments. Now, there are better seasons and fire seasons, but recently the fire seasons are worse. But when it starts raining ash, and when if you're not from California, you don't know. If you're from California, you know. There's been some seasons where it is just like days raining ash. I was like hospitalized one time. Like I think it was like in '02 or '03. It was like the one of the worst wildfires out there, and it was raining ash for weeks. I could it wasn't inhaling it like asthma. All my asthma people in California, shout out to you that can stay there during that time. But my headache was so severe that I could not. I wasn't. My equilibrium was completely off. I couldn't drive. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything. I was just in a hospital. Um, in San Bernardino. What up, Cal State? What up in San Bernardino? so hospitality late, just playing. But like it was really severe. So when I moved to Arizona, I thought it would be better, but the dry when the storms did come, like because they have monsoons and stuff like that. Woo! I found Maryland has been a little bit more easier. Yes, there are more little thunderstorms, but they roll in and roll out easier. It's not like we don't get hurricanes like Florida and the Panhandle states do. And knock on some, there has been no hurricanes during since this hurricane season. I maybe shouldn't have said that, but I feel like I'm a genuinely lucky person because I'm clumsy. I feel like it has like this weird balance. I think luck is my superpower, but I'm just gonna go ahead and knock on some wood real quick. Yeah, think about it. What hurricanes have you heard about? I'll let you marinate on that. It's been a weird summer. um, so there we haven't had any we have like a little bit of tropical storms, but nothing like too tremendous where like neighbors wind like nothing flew off anyone's house, no dogs going missing. We even haven't had anybody where like an elderly man's or an elderly woman has been missing. So I'm really excited. Like cuz my number one thing at my fear in the summer, I have like weird fears is I hate when they're like someone elderly, like in their 90s, gone missing, and it's like 100-degree day. We don't really get that many 100-degree days in Maryland, to be honest with you. But like those days like stress me out because like I want to go out and like start hunting for them because dehydration is real on someone that is that old. And yeah, so it's been a interesting summer, but the weather has been a lot more humid, and there's been a lot more days in the 90s than there usually are in Maryland. So, but the weather has been supremely overcast. Like I said, anyone in the Delmarva area probably be like, yeah, it's been super overcast. And you're just like, come on, storm, just come through, just break. And the people in the Delmarva, Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia, we're kind of used to it. It'll be like it'll get really intense, cloudy, over cloudy. You see the pressure, and you're just like, just thunderstorm or rain. We're just so used to rain and thunderstorms that it gets annoying when you see it. You're just like, just do it already. Do it. And that's what my brain's saying to the storm. It just hasn't done it yet. Yeah. Yes, the smoke is bad, but we don't have like crazy forest fires out here, and it could be because of the rain. It's, it rains a lot out here. Like out of 365 days, I think we break even like at least half. It rains a lot out here. Anyone that lives out here will tell you it rains a lot. Like we're never in a deficit for water. We're never like, oh, we need water. It's not a thing out here at like ever. Like I don't think I've ever seen where like they were like in California they have like mandates like we need water. Like yeah, that is not a thing out here like ever. No. It's when it doesn't there was 1 week for, like, 7 days that it didn't rain, and me and my husband were looking like, "What is wrong? What is going on with the weather?" Like, it rains at least once or twice a week in Maryland, like, at least. Even if it's a trinkle, there's some kinda rain. I'm from California, but I live in Maryland. Let's see. What up, Sean? I can't wait to see you in, Sack, Bag, and Sew. Like, I cannot wait to meet you in person. There's so many of you guys that are gonna be there. What up, Arnetta? Oh, I'm far from I don't do not live in Baltimore. Baltimore is really cool though because whenever I get my LA feeling, when I want to have that feeling for downtown LA, you just drive to Baltimore. But and plus crab. They have some great crab cakes. Let's see. Yeah, it stays humid out here. Like the humidity is real. So I didn't sew yesterday because my eyeballs were going to pop out on my skull. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do that today. I'm just waiting for it to happen, like a scene in Beetlejuice. It is. I know. It is getting super close. So I made instead a Klum House bag. Now, Klum House is I love her designs. I like to work with leather. Now, sometimes I don't have enough leather to make a Klum House bag. Klum House has like a thing where they'll have like a strip that's like 60 inches long, and you need a good hide with that, or you need to like finagle a couple pieces, like have a 30-inch piece and then have two 20-inch pieces or something along those lines. I'll show you on this bag so you can get an example of doing that. I had a couple errors with this. I did not have enough hide, nor did I have enough razors to cut clean strips. I didn't bring out my strip maker. It's cheap that you can get from Tandy. It's like $10 or no more than $19. I didn't have any more razors, and I did not feel like going to Baltimore. I mean, yeah, I would have to go to Baltimore, and Baltimore's like a drive for me. So, and then you have to go through this weird tunnel thing. Anyways, so I was like, let me make this bag, but make it PETA friendly using faux leather. I didn't know I knew what I was getting myself into, but I didn't prepare fully. So I made a Klum House bag out of faux leather, everything, the straps. So when you have a when you have a bag that is asking for leather, so if a piece is 1 by 3 inches, you're usually cutting out a 1 inch piece of leather that's 3 inches tall. So if you are doing it out of faux leather, you would need to cut out a 1 inch tall by 4 inches wide and then fold it, sew it, and then you need to create some kind of shape. If you don't, it's just going to be a straight piece and it's going to look weird. So what I did is not take mine, is I created a kind of a round-ish shape, but not too round. And I had to do this prior to sewing it. So I folded it, and then what I did is I took double-sided tape when I folded it in half on each other for its final fold, and just put a double-sided tape on the very ends of each side so that way it can be nice and smooth, and then hit it with a mallet to whatever shape I'm going to do. Made sure it was nice and smooth, and then sewed all the way around it. So that way I can give it a little bit more look of faux leather, like it's leather, so that way each piece can look like it was meant to be. This took me a little bit longer. This bag doesn't take very long to make, but because I was trying to make it look like it was made for faux leather, the straps took me a little bit longer than I would like to say. And also my head was hurting when I was making it 2 days ago, but here we are. So what inspired me for this bag is that I wanted to make something that I can make in like less than 6 hours, but then I was thinking of my friend. Uh, my friend has a high profile job. She works for something that's very important, but she is a true geek of Harry Potter. I was trying to think, if I had a high profile job and I had a job that I had to bring the works computer, because you can't bring your own personal computer. The computer that comes with the company has to be with you at all times. What bag would I would bring that I can use as a tote bag that can double down as a backpack that can have my fandom on it on the outside, that could be geeky on the inside. But if somebody else at the job that recognizes the fandom will be like, "Oh my god, I love this fandom too," but, like, the big executives wouldn't really mind having. So, I thought of her this whole process, and this is what I came up with. Let me move my water so I don't knock it on my tablet. I use the Klum House bag. So, on here, I use the crest that you can get from Alchemats. Well, you can't just get, like I explained in my other videos, is that Alchemats runs their hard one when they run it. If they have it available, they do. When they don't, they don't. So I don't want to say just run it because they don't have it available now. So it has a nice pocket, but the way Klum House has this is that this doesn't have a lining theme. So I was glad we used the faux leather. It has a really cool technique where she folds this in kind of like a hem. So when you sew this down, you can see you sew the 1/8 of an inch right then and there. But you could do a lining on the inside, but I like the fact that it doesn't because it doesn't create bulk on the bottom of this part. So then you have a nice snap. This is where the beauty of it comes on. So this bag, you can wear it as a nice, like tote, or you can pull the straps down and you can use these hooks and go to the front and wear it as a backpack. So this is one of my favorite features because I love the fact that you have the opportunity to wear this as a backpack. Like, I think that is the coolest feature that you can have possibly on this bag because I don't know. I think it's just a really cool feature, and that she gives you the opportunity. I decided to add a little bit of eyelets on it to give it even a cooler feature to make it look like it's more leather as it is. This is a buckle. But you see how I rounded these and I rounded each individual quarter to give it, again, a little bit more, okay, it is it's faux leather, but it looks like real leather. To make it, again, where it's not just a certain house, it's a house for everyone. It could be for Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, or Ravenclaw. I use the train that goes into Hogwarts. You open it up. It's all the different houses. And it is just a simple slip pocket on the inside. That's it. Now you could add more if you wanted, but I like this. I did this exactly per the pattern, which I am going to put the pattern information in here. And I think there's different ways you could buy it. You could buy a paper copy. I think you could buy PDF. I had this copy for like before COVID, I think, when it came out. My pattern is well loved. I made a couple different versions of these. I've made them in wax canvas or whatever. Every time it gets sold, every time someone loves it, it's a great pattern to have. This is it's fun. You can have a blast. It comes together nice and neat. You can have a lot of fun with this pattern. It's very simple and chic, and people have a tendency of really like gravitating to it. I love Klum House because she kind of reminds me of Georgia Girl Stitch, and there's something so organic about Georgia Girl Stitch, Klum House, and Noodlehead. Their patterns always sell really well for me because they're effortless, and people have a tendency to go to these patterns because they're organic and they just feel right. They just feel like classy. There's something super classy about them, and I just wanted to share that with you guys this morning because if you're looking for somebody that has great patterns, Ellie is one of them. I haven't had a chance to meet her. I know she's been to a couple of things around, but her story is amazing. I've I've had a chance to see her live a couple times, and she draws me in each and every time, and she just seems like a very down to earth person. So I just wanted to shed some fun light on a beautiful, beautiful bag. And again, this bag goes from a tote bag to a backpack. which I absolutely love. And you just turn this around in here and you have a really great backpack. I've added some really different features. I did the chocolate frogs on the handle just to give it a pop of just color against this nice tan brown, and you're good to go. And I really love the fact that it's something so super refined and elegant, and you have something that everybody's gonna be like, oh my God, where did you get your bag? And yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys because I don't know. I love her bags. My favorite pattern from her is a slab stone. It does take a little bit of learning and finesse. The instructions are very clear and concise. If you want to have fussy cut for the main panel, you need to measure. But I think a lot of us want to pretend that we don't use math. We do. We do is math in 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 bag making and sewing and any craft that we're doing, whether we're doing applique, embroidery, lasering, we do is math. So that one, if you get the math right and centering on the slab stone, you're going to be chef's kiss. That is the ultimate backpack to me. It is a fun bag to put together as well. Thank you. So there is your bag. Um, that's all I have for you today. Oh no, I forgot to tell you. So Patreon picked out the Evie from Orosa and the Lucky Penny wallet from Sally Tomato. So these are really two good choices. I think people are going to like the Sally Tomato because the Sally Tomato before was only a physical paper pattern piece. And then within I think since COVID or right after COVID, they made that one a PDF and it has SVG files. And their SVG files go really well with the scan and cut. And it's crazy because that pattern only has like 9 pieces, right? You don't even technically have to top stitch. It just looks nice when you do. But once you lay them on top of each other, it's like 1/8 of an inch and you're really done. That wallet comes together crazily easily and it looks really refined. So I think the accessory group are really gonna like the Lucky Penny wallet because that wallet comes together really fast. And Evie from Ora Rosa, I had ideas on how I would modify it from the first one I made, and now I get to do it. So I'm really excited about doing that. I wrote notes already, but I'm going to refine my notes. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully this head can just break so I can do that. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm going to be sticking an eye mask on me, like a nice cold one, and I have like this really cool ice brick thing that you put in the freezer, and then you can just lay on it, and it it's like a godsend. I don't know where I got it from. It just came one day and it's orange. It's really bright. I don't know where it came from. Have you ever just got something that's like a miracle thing that helps you out and you're like, where did I get this from? It's a godsend, totally. And you stick it underneath your neck and it goes to the curve of your spine and it has no like labels or numbers on it. That's the thing. Like, cause you know how you can just like numbers, you can be like orange brick numbers and you can Google it. Yeah, nothing. um, but it stays frozen for about 2 hours and it is like the best thing. It does take like 3 hours to freeze up, but it's like the best thing. It helps out tremendously because sometimes the tension lays on the base of your neck and that's like the best thing that goes underneath it. So I'm gonna grab that and I'm drinking some water and then I'm just resting before I melt away. So I just want to say I have a really good day and I will see you tomorrow on Friday.